Hello friends, and welcome back to Life with the Browns. I'm Olivia, and I hope you're all doing well by God's grace. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest shocking updates from the Sister Wives universe. For years, viewers have watched Meri Brown stand in the shadows of the Brown family. Once the legal wife and the foundation of Kody's plural marriage, she slowly faded into the background as Robyn Brown took center stage. Meri endured the heartbreak of being pushed aside, the humiliation of being left out of major family decisions, and the constant ache of watching Kody pour every ounce of his energy into Robyn and her children. But what fans didn't see on camera was the slow buildup of betrayal, one that was quietly boiling beneath the surface. The breaking point came with Coyote Pass. That land was supposed to be the family's dream, a place where every wife and child would finally have a home. But insiders reveal that Kody and Robyn allegedly maneuvered behind the scenes to secure the most valuable plots for themselves, plots that had once been promised to Meri. When Meri discovered legal documents tucked inside family mail that suggested her name had been erased and Robyn's added instead, she knew this was no accident. To her, it was proof of deliberate theft. On a warm Thursday afternoon, Meri's silence ended. Driving her SUV straight to Robyn's sprawling Flagstaff home, she carried the paperwork and years of suppressed rage. Neighbors reported seeing her step out of her car, muttering to herself, "Not again. Not this time." Inside, Kody was in the kitchen, and Robyn was scrolling through her phone at the dining table, completely unaware of the storm about to crash through their door. What followed was a 30-minute explosion of shouting so loud that neighbors claimed they could hear every word. "You've been lying to me for years," Meri screamed. Kody shot back, "You're not even part of this family, eh?" But the spiral had already begun. Kody and Robyn were handcuffed and escorted out of their home, neighbors watching in shock, while TLC's production crew, filming nearby, captured it all. Reactions spread like wildfire. Christine, happily remarried, reportedly smirked when she heard the news, saying simply, "Good for her." Janelle texted her kids, "This isn't about feelings, it's about fairness." Meri finally stood up. Even some of Kody's estranged children quietly cheered, saying maybe this would finally humble their father. Within hours, hashtags like #JusticeForMeri and #KodyArrested trended across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Fans declared, "Meri finally did what we've been screaming at our TVs for years." But others accused her of escalating drama into a legal war just to humiliate Kody and Robyn. Behind closed doors, TLC executives rushed into emergency meetings. Insiders revealed that producers see this as ratings gold. One source even claimed the network is planning a multi-episode special called The Arrest, featuring police interviews, family reactions, and never-before-seen footage of that day. And the saga didn't stop there. A court in Flagstaff has now issued a legal notice ordering Kody Brown to return the disputed land parcel to Meri, citing original agreements dating back years. Legal experts say if Kody refuses, he could face financial penalties or even forced transfer of the title. For the first time in decades, Kody isn't just losing wives, he's losing land. And in the Brown family, that might be the ultimate loss. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. Meri Brown is no longer the silent, sidelined wife. She's the woman who picked up the phone, called the police, and shattered Kody and Robyn's control. And whether you believe she went too far or finally found her strength, this is the moment that has forever changed the Sister Wives story. The dream was simple, or at least, that's how Kody Brown sold it to his wives. Each woman would have her own plot of land on Coyote Pass, while communal areas would bring the family together for holidays, celebrations, and future generations. It was supposed to be the legacy that held the Brown family together long after the cameras stopped rolling. Christine's designated lot, with its sweeping views of the Arizona desert, was particularly coveted. She loved that view. It was supposed to be her sanctuary, a reward for decades of sacrifice. But like so many promises in this family, the dream began to crumble. Christine walked away from Kody. Janelle separated soon after. And Meri? She was left on the outskirts, watching her name slowly disappear from the plans. What was once a family vision had become a fractured battlefield, with Kody pouring all his attention into Robyn and her children, leaving other pieces of the property to sit unused and forgotten. Christine was always practical, a former crew member explained. Even before she left Kody, she worried about how much responsibility came with that land. She knew it could turn into a war zone. And in the end, that's exactly what happened. Christine's decision to hand her share of Coyote Pass directly to Kody wasn't an impulsive gift. It was a legal, binding move. Official documents filed with the county recorder's office now make Kody the sole owner of what was once Christine's portion. This wasn't a casual handshake or family promise. This was final. Christine had washed her hands of Coyote Pass forever. Some say it was strategic. By giving Kody full responsibility, Christine not only freed herself emotionally, but also protected herself from getting dragged into the endless property wars between Meri, Janelle, and Kody. It's easier to walk away than fight forever, one insider admitted. To Christine, the land was no longer a dream. It was a burden. Kody, however, quietly celebrated. He has remained publicly silent, but close friends say he views Christine's transfer as a long-awaited win. With her land under his control, he has more freedom to build and more flexibility in planning. But with that comes more accountability and more financial strain. Taxes, maintenance, and development are now his sole responsibility. Robyn, sources say, is quietly relieved. For her, more land means more security for her children and less interference from Kody's other wives. Yet that relief is mixed with fear. Because as Kody consolidates land, he also consolidates enemies. Meri's reaction was one of shock and suspicion. She felt blindsided, stunned that Christine would hand Kody even more power, while she and Janelle were still battling for their rightful portions. It feels like Christine let him off the hook, a close friend of Meri revealed. Now Meri fears the balance has shifted even further in Kody's favor. Janelle, meanwhile, is watching closely. She understands Christine's reasoning but also knows what's at stake. Will she follow Christine's example and relinquish her own share, or will she use it as leverage in her growing standoff with Kody? Social media immediately erupted. Some fans applauded Christine for finally freeing herself from years of land drama. She's bold. She's free. She's done with Kody's nonsense, one fan wrote. Others criticized her decision. Why give Kody more power? This only hurts Meri and Janelle. She basically handed him control of everything. And of course, TLC cameras captured it all. Production insiders confirmed that Christine signing over her share was filmed and will likely air in season 20. To them, this isn't just real estate, it's drama gold. It's not just land, one insider explained. It's a symbol of control, betrayal, and shifting loyalties. And fans are obsessed. The value of Christine's share? Reportedly hundreds of thousands of dollars. By handing it to Kody, she didn't jay. Kody Brown may be keeping quiet in public, but behind the scenes, he is quietly celebrating. According to close friends, Christine's shocking decision to transfer her share of Coyote Pass into his name feels like nothing less than a long-awaited victory. For years, the land has been a source of tension, a battlefield of promises and betrayals. And now, with Christine's portion signed over, Kody holds more power than ever. But here's the twist. With more power comes more accountability and more crushing financial strain. Taxes, development, and upkeep now sit squarely on his shoulders. The land he once dreamed of as a family legacy could easily become the very weight that breaks him. For Robyn, the situation is complicated. Sources say she feels a quiet sense of relief. More land in Kody's name means more security for her and her children, and fewer chances for the other wives to interfere. Yet that relief is poisoned by fear. Because the more Kody consolidates, the more enemies he makes. Every acre he controls feels like another line drawn in the sand, and Robyn knows the battles are far from over. Meri's reaction, however, was nothing short of outrage. She was blindsided, stunned that Christine would hand Kody even more power while she and Janelle are still fighting for their rightful portions. A close friend revealed Meri's private thoughts. It feels like Christine let him off the hook. She basically handed him the upper hand. For Meri, who has been quietly considering her legal options, this shift could push her closer than ever to finally taking Kody to court. Kody Brown may be keeping quiet in public, but behind the scenes, he is quietly celebrating. According to close friends, Christine's shocking decision to transfer her share of Coyote Pass into his name feels like nothing less than a long-awaited victory. For years, the land has been a source of tension, a battlefield of promises and betrayals. And now, with Christine's portion signed over, Kody holds more power than ever. But here's the twist. With more power comes more accountability and more crushing financial strain. Taxes, development, and upkeep now sit squarely on his shoulders. The land he once dreamed of as a family legacy could easily become the very weight that breaks him. For Robyn, the situation is complicated. Sources say she feels a quiet sense of relief. More land in Kody's name means more security for her and her children, and fewer chances for the other wives to interfere. Yet that relief is poisoned by fear. Because the more Kody consolidates, the more enemies he makes. Every acre he controls feels like another line drawn in the sand, and Robyn knows the battles are far from over. Meri's reaction, however, was nothing short of outrage. She was blindsided, stunned that Christine would hand Kody even more power while she and Janelle are still fighting for their rightful portions. A close friend revealed Meri's private thoughts. It feels like Christine let him off the hook. She basically handed him the upper hand. For Meri, who has been quietly considering her legal options, this shift could push her closer than ever to finally taking Kody to court. The standoff at Coyote Pass has reportedly created new divisions within the Brown family. Christine remains largely uninvolved, focusing on her life in Utah, while Meri is increasingly isolated in her frustration. Janelle finds herself caught between loyalty to her children, Kody's influence, and pressure from Robyn, whose sway over the family has grown significantly. An insider revealed, it's not just about property anymore. It's about who controls the narrative and who has leverage. Social media has erupted in a firestorm of divided opinions, with supporters of Janelle cheering, "Good for her. Stand your ground." Critics of Kody and Robyn accusing them of manipulation, and neutral observers describing the drama as a real-life chess game unfolding at Coyote Pass. Fans speculate that the standoff could dominate Sister Wives Season 20, potentially driving huge ratings for what insiders are calling the family's most calculated drama yet. The big questions remain. Will Janelle eventually relent under legal or family pressure? Could Meri escalate the situation to court? How much of this is genuine stubbornness versus Kody and Robyn orchestrating the conflict? Sources say it is a game of strategy, patience, and psychology, and right now Kody and Robyn appear 2 steps ahead. Allegedly, their manipulation of Janelle's property refusal paints a stark picture of the Brown family's inner workings, where control, influence, and property collide, leaving other wives frustrated and fans captivated. At Coyote Pass, no property dispute is ever just about land. It's about power, loyalty, and who controls the narrative. Kody recently faced a public humiliation when his loan application for Coyote Pass development was rejected due to a previous bankruptcy, a revelation that stunned Sister Wives fans. Sources revealed that Kody walked into the bank confident, expecting smooth approval, only to be confronted with the blunt truth. Your prior bankruptcy makes you ineligible. Kody's inability to secure financing stalls development plans and directly impacts Robyn's children, who rely on the land for their future. News of Kody's financial troubles quickly went viral, igniting debates online, with supporters of Meri and Janelle celebrating the consequences of Kody's recklessness, defenders of Kody insisting he's doing his best, and neutral observers calling it reality TV gold. Bankruptcies, family drama, and a sprawling property. TLC reportedly documented the fallout, capturing tension between Kody, Robyn, and the other wives, including heated discussions and private strategizing sessions, ensuring viewers a front row seat to Season 20's drama. Experts note that prior bankruptcies can severely impact an individual's ability to secure loans, flagging them as high risk regardless of current income, leaving Kody needing to rebuild credit, reduce liabilities, or seek alternative financing. Fans speculate that season may 20th open with Kody confronting the setback, with family meetings, private coaching from Robyn, and potential legal maneuvers regarding property ownership, promising one of the most compelling storylines in years. Robyn has deliberately kept TLC cameras out of her home, citing cleanliness and an environment not ready for filming, a move insiders say is both protective of her children and a strategic assertion of control. This decision frustrates the other wives, who feel excluded, while TLC respects her boundaries through outdoor filming and selective room access. Robyn's choice underscores her assertive personality and careful management of the family narrative, keeping drama simmering in the background and fans speculating about hidden conflicts. Adding to the tension, Janelle has called Ronan the real villain of the family, revealing years of hidden tension, disagreements, and alleged manipulations that have fractured the Browns. Ronan, a quiet presence, has allegedly steered family decisions behind the scenes, particularly